So I was just watching this video until I saw Golden Freddy type out the whole FNaF law. I'm going to read it to you. FNaF Freddy begins as the story of two men, Henry, Emily, and William Afton, who created a small entertainment company built around animatronic mascots for children. Henry was the engineer, the careful, creative mind who wanted to build something magical. Afton was the business partner, brilliant but twisted, fascinated with how animatronics work and how he could bend technology to his own darker desires. Together, they opened Fredbear Family Diner, a small restaurant with two mechanical suits, Fredbear and Spring Bunny, that could function either as animatronics or costumes worn by employees. These spring-lock suits were internal mechanisms could snap shut unexpectedly, crushing anyone inside. The first tragedy of timeline begins with the death of Henry's daughter, Charlie. William Afton murdered her outside the restaurant, and her soul possessed the puppet. The animatronic designed to watch over the children. The puppet would later become one who gives life to the spirits of other murdered children. This single event sets off the supernatural chain that defines the entire series. The dead children cling to the animatronics, and Afton's actions create victims who remain inside the machines. After the whole family suffers as well. His youngest son, known as the Crying Child, is terrified of the animatronics, especially Fredbear. His older brother Michael bullies him constantly. One day during a birthday party, Michael and his friends forced the Caring Child too close to Fredbear's mouth in a cruel prank. Was that the bite of 87? The spring mechanism inside the jaw of Fredbear failed. The jaw slams down, and the Crying Child, known as Evan, is fatally injured. This incident is known as the bite of 83. Was that the bite of 87? No, it's the bite of 83. Shatters the family and becomes one of the earliest major events in the timeline. The Crying Child dies and eventually shares a spirit connection with Golden Freddy, a ghostly animatronic tied to revenge and suffering. Despite losing a son, Afton doesn't stop. Instead, he grows worse. He begins murdering children inside various Fazbear entertainment restaurants while wearing the yellow Spring Bonnie suit. The puppet is still carrying Charlie's souls. Find them each dead and binds them to an animatronic. Gabriel becomes Freddy. Susie becomes Chica. Fritz becomes Foxy. Jeremy becomes Bonnie. And Cassidy becomes the deeply vengeful spirit within Golden Freddy. These haunted animatronics behave erratically because they are driven by the children's confusion, pain, and desire for justice. Afton's daughter Elizabeth also becomes a victim of his creation. He builds Circus Baby Pizza World with highly advanced animatronic designed to capture children. Elizabeth is warned to stay away from Circus Baby, but she approaches out curiosity. Baby kills her. Elizabeth, you sure not Circus Baby? Circus Baby kills her, and Elizabeth's soul becomes trapped inside the animatronic Circus Baby world closes before it even opens. And Afton hides his failed dangerous machines underground. Years Later, Afton sends Michael to the underground facility in the event known as Sister Location. Michael believes he is meant to rescue her sister. Instead, the animatronics manipulate him. The fun time animatronics combine into a creature called Emerald, which steals Michael's body as a disguise. Eventually, the rotting body becomes useless and Enter is forced out. Michael should be dead, but he rises again, animated by something like remnant, the mysterious substance that binds to souls to machines. At this point, from Michael dedicates his life to enduring the horrors his father caused. William Afton eventually dies while fleeing the spirits of the murdered children. He hides inside of the old spring bunny suits, but the spring locks failed because of water. He is crushed inside of the costume man, becomes Springtrap, a rotting corpse fused with metal. Even death doesn't free him. Twist keeps him alive and twisted, half mechanical form. Michael follows the trail of his father's destruction through several pizzerias. He works night shift in multiple locations. Events depicted in FNaF 1, 2, and parts of 3. Trying to calm the spirits and put them to rest. Meanwhile, Fazbear Entertainment repeatedly collapsing and Rio lives as a public pleasure, lawsuits, and haunting teens to destroy every location. Are we almost there to the end? No. Years later, a horror attraction called Fredbear's Frights reopens using the old relics from the pizzeria. Springtrap is discovered inside the wreckage. Still alive, the attraction burns down, but Springtrap survives, turning him into Scrap Trap. The cycle continues until Henry returns for one final attempt to end everything. He designs a new restaurant, pizza simulator, specifically to lure in all the haunting figures. Scrap Baby, Molten Freddy, the Puppet, or Lefty, and Springtrap himself. When they gather inside, Henry ignites the building. He releases the trapped souls, forgives the children, and condemns Afton in the flames. The animatronics burn. The spirits are freed, and Afton dies once again. But his story doesn't truly end. Fazbear Entertainment, desperate to salvage its public image, creates a VR game called Help Wanted. Inside it's a code is a digital creation of Afton, a virus-like entity called Glitch Trap. Through Glitch Trap, Afton attempts to possess a human Vanessa to escape into the real world again. In security breach, Gregory encounters Vanessa and a massive new facility called the Mega Pizza Plus. The animatronics are corrupted and dark experiments hidden beneath them all. Deep within lies Burntrap, a decayed version of Afton connected to machinery that tries to resurrect them once more. The story continues into the Ruin DLC, where a new character, Cassie, enters the ruin of the Pizzaplex. Searching for Gregory, she becomes entangled with the Mimic. The Mimic! An AI creature designed to imitate behavior, eventually mimicking the ruin of Afton himself. The Pizzaplex collapses. Cassidy Ca- Cassie is trapped and the mimic remains active, leaving the ending uncertain and haunting. The entire FNaF saga revolves around a chain reaction by one man's deception with murder and immortality. Children's souls cling to machines seeking justice. Michael tries to endlessly undo the damage of his father's sins. Technology becomes a twisted remnant, evil and grieved. Every restaurant, every animatronic, and haunting is a result of action. In every game, pushes the cycle of recreation, tragedy, and attempted redemption through death, fire, digital resurrection, and crash, and new experiments of the world of FNaF keep spiraling around the same core truth. Some horrors refuse to stay buried. Goodbye.
Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Clap along if you feel like happiness is. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Clap along
Thank you for
if
watching this
feel
video.
like
It took so long
happiness
to read all of this. Bye.